Alright, about the new Need for Speed Unbound drop, the second drop, the world is your canvas. Let's talk about that a little bit more. So, the drops here, talk about stuff and all. Sure, that's pretty cool. And they talk about the whole visual thing. You can turn off the anime filter. Right, that's cool. I'll be putting it on though. I don't care. I like anime. I'm a bit of a weeb myself. But yeah, so the one part I just want to talk about is this. So we got the trailer here. Let's watch it a little bit. Hold on, let's get it. Get pull that on YouTube. Yeah, it's not better. So watching the trailer a little bit, right? It's only 720. Wow, what the heck? This is cool and all, right? You get to like customize everything. That's cool. But then this part comes out, and this is what I want to talk about, and just kind of like rant a little bit, I guess. I don't. So this now, I don't know if you noticed, but that was gameplay, my guy. They just showed gameplay footage. Look at that. My goodness, it's gameplay. So, now, the problem that I have with this section right here, no, is that it's teasing the game mechanics. Now, going into the future, what we're gonna fucking expect and all. No. And I never talk about this franchise before, but the biggest problem I have with this franchise in the past 10 years are the driving physics. Now, if for those who don't know, for the past 10 years, ever since, is it Hot Pursuit 2010? But not as much Hot Pursuit 2010, more so Most Wanted 2012 is when it started happening. Uh, Break to Drift, the most arcade way to implement handling physics or car physics into a game. That's the most easiest way to implement an arcade style handling physics. Now the thing about this, the biggest problem about break to drift physics and all, let's pull out a different uh tab. Let's just go through, like, I don't know. Let's watch Black Panther. I'm sure you wouldn't mind, right? Sure you wouldn't mind. Just use his footage. Not like he knows who I am, or no, I'm gonna make. No, I'm gonna have views in this video, but it's a recent video. It's the one I just watched. Where is it? Where is it? Theo, where is it? Where did you put it? Right.
Theo, you could just stop.
So this is 2015, right? Now, come on. Give me some more gameplay. Fuck. Oh, they put a Yesko in the game. Oh, that's pretty cool. Now, the biggest problem with the Need for Speed for the past 10 years is basically that every game utilizes break to drift physics, pretty much. So what break to drift is just Well, it's in the name, it's brake to drift. Now, the thing about this handling physics or mechanic is that everything, and I mean everything, that involves a turn requires drift, requires drifting. Everything that involves a turn requires brake to drift. And that's honestly pretty fucking stupid for a car for a car focused game. You know, the thing about Need for Speed, even during the black box days, the post the pre 2010 games, the thing that those have in common is that every car felt different. Now let's put out a what's his name? Kuru. Sure. Need no most wanted. So the thing about these black box games, you play the game, okay? See, there's no brake to drift. Now the handling physics of the black box era games, most of the pre 2010 games, pre 2010 Need for Speed games, is that the car feels realistic. Now it's still arcadey, which is the good thing about these games. As arcadey as they are, the car felt realistic. Come on, give me a good gameplay footage here. Why not? Right, the turn every car turns differently. They accelerate differently. They some of them can slide better than others. Some of them cannot even turn if you don't slow down to like 10 kilometer per hour or whatever. The thing is every car feels different, and that's what it's about. It's about the car. Again, it's not as simulaty. It's not as simulation esque as Horizon 5 or a simulator games like Assetto Corsa. But the thing that they got right is that you can actually feel the difference between the cars. So like when I saw this, where did I go here? Okay, fuck. So when I saw this, and I saw this turn, I lost hope for like the handling physics of this game. Now, don't get me wrong, the game can still be amazing and all, but my problem is I'm not gonna play the game for the driving experience. Now I'm a big Horizon 5, well, not Horizon 5, but you know, now I'm a big Horizon fan. Forza Horizon. Now I'm a big Forza Horizon fan in general. They nailed the the driving experience for an arcade game. So more like a simcade game, right? Even though as simulation-esque they make the game, it still feels good with a controller. You can't have the same feeling with Assetto Corsa, and for the past 10 years you don't have the same feeling with the Need for Speed franchise. All of the cars in Need for Speed for the past 10 years, all the games for the past 10 years, every single car drives the same. You want to turn, you brake to drift. You want to go fast, you have to upgrade your nitrous. Like the upgrades you don't feel the upgrades whatsoever compared to this game where even the tuning makes a difference. You know, where you can fine tune your stuff and all. You can actually feel it. And that's the problem that Need for Speed has for this past decade. And I don't know why they don't they just couldn't see it. Because the thing is, everyone has been talking about handling physics, driving physics, all of that for the past 10 years. Nobody, well, nobody is an exaggeration, but most of the Need for Speed fans do not want Break to Drift. It's boring. Now, I get why they do it, is because Criterion, they bought Black Box Studios and they bought like the Burnout Studio or whatever. I don't remember the details, but essentially EA is just gone trying to mash up Burnout and Need for Speed together to just make one game and just focus on that. I get it, right? It's a good business practice or whatever, but the problem is people just don't play the game. See, the thing that EA didn't get, the reason why people keep coming back to the old games is because they have identity. And this is what, for the past 10 years, has been missing from Need for Speed and Burnout. And yes, I'm pretty sure there's no new Burnout games, right? New Burnout games. I'll say the most recent one is just Paradise Remastered in 2020. It's an old game. Yeah, see? Burnout. 20, yeah, the Paradise Remastered for 2008. See, no new Burnout game, right? No new Burnout game, right? They didn't make a new Burnout game because they bought the studio and they just merged it up with Need for Speed. Again, the reason why people come back to the old games is because of the identity. Burnout has that over the top craziness, which is what their identity was. All the crashing, all the chase stuff. That was what Burnout is, and that was fun. That is what made Burnout fun. I'm not a big Burnout fan because of driving physics. Like it's not the best, but that's not the main point of the game. The main point of the game is the racing experience. Where you chase around people and all that. That's what Burnout is. That's the identity, right? It's always about the competition between you and the enemy. That's what Burnout has always been. Now Need for Speed, on the other hand, it's not that much about the competition, and it's more focused on like it's more focused on the cars themselves. When you boot up all the old Need for Speed games, first you saw this Most Wanted, right? You saw that fucking M3 E46. It's like the craziest thing. Everyone remembers this car. Everyone loved this car. Even the Golf, right? The fucking what's his name's Golf. even that goal, people like it. No, and the thing that really cemented what that really cemented the identity is that every single one of these cars felt different to drive. That is what Need for Speed is about. No, no, the hot pursuit chases that that is also one part of Need for Speed's identity, but that's not the biggest. Because when you go back and look, as much as there is Most Wanted fans, there's always there's always almost the same amount of Underground 2 fans. Why? Because of the car and the racing experience. You know, in Underground 2, what makes that game fucking amazing is the fact that in Underground 2, what makes this game amazing is the fact that the cars feel alive. They really do. They really feel amazing to just drive. And as much as people hate the rubber banding of the hard difficulty, because hard in this game is actually hard, as much as people hate it, the people that loved it very fucking much. Because it gives, like, the challenge is real. It's about your driving, it's about your car, and it's about how well you can handle your car. And what makes it unique is that every car is different. Again, I just have to emphasize on that because that's what it's about. That's what it's supposed to be. Street racing is always about conquering your car. It's always about conquering, you know, the full your full potential of the car. And the only way to get that is to be the better driver. The problem with the new games, that element is very much not present. And even if it is present, it is not being utilized to its full potential. It's not being utilized. It's not the main core of what the game is. Because again, all for the past 10 years, this whole fucking franchise, every single car doesn't feel any different. Every single one of them, every single one of these, right? Where is it? Where's 2015? Okay, 2012. This is where it all starts. Starting from this into this, into this, into this, into this. Every car feels the same. They all just drive. They all just like, oh, you want to turn? Just press brake. Yeah, there you go. It's like there's no challenge there. None of the cars feel any different. Like if you really want to say that there is a difference, it's just very little. It's that certain cars just have to drift a little less. certain cars just have to rev more. It's like that's not good enough. You know, it's not a like I don't want Need for Speed to be a simulator game. It's just why Shift doesn't have a big following. Even though they have a cult following, it's just that they don't have a big following. Right? Which is why Shift isn't great. But trying to turn this franchise into Burnout? No. You can't do that. You just can't. That's not what this game is about. Even when they were trying to like copy Burnout with fuck, I should record this. I just add that in post. Right, why not? So going back to this, even in Most Wanted 05, right? Even when this happens, right? Which you can argue they kind of try to copy Burnout, right? Even if you want to argue that, which you totally can. They didn't steal Burnout's identity here. They just take one portion of Burnout, which is like the over the top hot pursuits, and they tone it down. They make it more grounded to what Need for Speed was. And in a result, you get probably the best Need for Speed to ever exist. Most Wanted 05. And I just don't know why, you know, Go Studios or Criterion or whatever studio is working on Unbound right now, or EA in general. I don't know why they just don't see that, because all of this creative decision is all under EA, right? Like if EA says it's a no go, then the studio just has to follow. It's like, it's a no go. We have to go back to this dog shit of a system. See, even in the trailer, it crashes into a bridge. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you actually fucking kidding me? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm playing this game. Is this from this? You know, amazing driving experience like this, where outmaneuvering the cops is actually viable because you can actually control your car, because they're not restricted behind a dumb mechanic that's not made for this game, that is made for a different game, you know. See, even the gimmicks they have, it's not that much. It's just, the bullet time thing, the the stopwatch, right? Even that gimmick is it's not overplayed. If they did it just right for it to be present. Right, so like again, if you play this game and you drive this M3, you understand what I'm saying when I say the car feels responsive. It's not this game, any car in this game feels very alive. Every single one of them feels different. Every single one of them handles differently. The upgrades does different things to the car. Some of the car, when you upgrade it, they became worse because following real life principles, you know, heavy cars doesn't tend to handle well or whatever. It makes sense. What I'm saying that it makes sense, and I just hate it. I just hate that this is what we're gonna get. Now again, analyzing a little bit more, looking at the counter steering part, maybe, just maybe, there is grip racing. There is grip handling that's like that's made better. Now, what would be great is if there's ever a chance, what they'll do is get some people from the Unite team who which 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 are just an incredible fucking, it's just a talented team of individuals that has for the past 3 years has been trying to make the latest Need for Speed somewhat more enjoyable than what it is, right? I record the game, but this takes some resources. To show a little bit of what I mean, of how much they improved the game. I'll show you this first, and I'll show you another one, and then I want to ask you, which one felt more realistic, and which one felt more in line, and which one makes more sense to drive. Which one makes more sense? I, I'll make a comparison, and I just want to ask you, which one makes more sense as a car? Now, which one do you feel like looks like a real car driving? Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna make a little comparison here, kind of like a side by side. Now I just want to ask you which one looks a little bit more, which one makes a little bit more sense for a car to behave. What would a car, what would a normal car behave like? You know, in between this two clips here, which one feels more like what a car should be handling? Right? Now that you see what it's this one. So now that you see what I mean, you can really see, even in a video you can see how much, you can see which one is like 10 times better compared to the other. And this is what I mean by having complete control of your car. So in this clip right here, and this clip right here, see at the very start line, you see how much more responsive the car looks. You know, it goes left and right. Right. It's like it's nothing. It's like it's actually following your your input as a car should do. If your car turns left, it would, you know, if you turn your steering to the left, you would expect your car to go to the left with, like, you know, reasonably, within reason, you know. And as a what a normal car should handle, if you're in a very high speed, you shouldn't be able to turn, and you should be slowing down. In which this clip like pretty much emphasize on. Look at how it slows down in a turn. That's pretty realistic. Now again, if you played this mod, you'll notice that it's still very arcadey. But the thing is the reason why it's an improvement is because, you know, for the first time in the past 10 years, a mod actually made a Need for Speed car, you know, feels like what a car should be. Now let's go back to vanilla handling, which is like what the game's base handling is. Looking at the very start, I just want to emphasize how much like it feels out of control. Look at this. See what I mean? Even at the very start here, it doesn't make sense why a car burn out so much at the start line. Now this is an F1. None of these cars has 1,000 horsepower and weighs 10 kilos. No, it shouldn't have that much wheel spin. I'm gonna go back to the side of the other one. Look at that. That looks way more. That makes way more sense. Right. Look at this. This is dumb. And look at how look at those mini turns that he makes, right? These little jagged turns. It's because the game locks you in a straight line. The game, like, really, if you play the bit, if you have Need for Speed Heat right now, and you don't have any mod, Like the game locks you in. If you're not braking to drift, your car will not turn. It will only turn very little. Like if you crank if you just if you just hold on to your stick, right? You just hold on like in either direction, left or right. It would not turn. It would just stay straight until you initiate a brake to drift. Look, it feels so rigid. It feels so lifeless. See, it doesn't make sense. Like the slowing down aspects, that makes sense. For like a car, you have to slow down to enter turns, sure. But it's just why would it slide, right? I don't know, man. I'm just so tired of brake to drift. 10 fucking years. 10 years. This is what I mean by this is what I mean. The reason why every car feels very much the same is because in every turn you need to brake to drift. See what happens? See, this is exactly what I mean. Your car just doesn't turn. Your car does not turn. Look at that. Look at how dumb that is. It's so dumb. It's so stupid. Now, same corner, right? But with a mod, with a handling mod, which that makes your car actually feels like a car. Look, like, so like, and then when I see this, it's like, yep, they're going back to brake to drift, and like, I don't have hopes for this game anymore. I don't have hopes for the franchise anymore. Again, the game can be amazing. The game can be game of the year. But if this is the handling physics, it's just not gonna be it's not gonna be a driving game. This is gonna be a video game. It's not about the driving experience, it's more of just enjoying a video game. Which is which, it's nothing wrong, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Like I enjoy I enjoy Counter Strike too. And reality, in reality, you can't you can't move like a Counter Strike. Uh, you can't move in real life like how you move in Counter Strike, right? I get it. It's arcade games. Like again, this game can be amazing, and I can absolutely enjoy it, but not for the reasons that I want to. Which is what I'm saying, right? I'm not gonna be able to enjoy. I'm not gonna be able to have a driving experience because it's less about a car game and it's more of just a video game, which just saddens me because I don't think this is what Need for Speed is about. You know, I don't think Need for Speed was about the arcade handling. I don't think Need for Speed was about the arcade style. Need for Speed is more just the culture, the very much the car culture, and the whole street racing culture. I think that's what Need for Speed has been about. Again, they can get that aspect right, but you know, it's not gonna be a car game. It's just gonna be a video game if the driving experience does not does not simulate a car. I don't know if I'm making sense. I'm getting very tired. It's my time. What the fuck is this? My current time. Yeah, it's 12:48 a.m. right in the middle of the night. I don't have much energy left, but I'm just ranting because I'm really passionate about this game, this franchise. This has been my whole life. I'm good at a lot of racing games because of this franchise. And I just hate to see that people would stop playing the game because of the because of like the lost identities. I don't know. Maybe I'm being an elitist or whatever. Maybe I'm just being a Reddit armchair psychologist or whatnot. But the one thing that's but the one thing that I'm pretty sure a lot of people won't deny is that there's still a lot of people that doesn't want this whole arcade handling stuff in Need for Speed. I just really wish we could go back to the Underground 2 days handling. Because again, it's about the car culture. When it comes to the car culture, it's always been about the car. And the C racing culture has always been about how a car handles. Right. And I don't think they get it. I don't think EA or whatever studio this is, I don't think they get it. But the game's not out yet. There's still time. This maybe, judging by how the car moves, they may be exaggerating the movement a little bit. And I really hope that they do. Maybe there's a very hard handbrake turn. Really cranked it up on the ground too. So I really hope that is the case. And they just make the car feel more responsive. And if they just, make like bring back grip racing, put grip into the driving physics again, that could be amazing. You know, really, just really, just really make that whole driving experience amazing. But I don't know. Is this not gonna be the same? It's not about a driving experience with a arcade physics. With burnout style arcade physics, with the break to drift and shit. It's not gonna be the same thing. And I really wish um I really wish oh fuck me. I spilled water on my fucking table. Uh yeah, it's time to end recording now. But yeah, I really wish we can have a different option than just break to drift and all. But yeah, I've done goofed, I've done fucked up, and all I want to say is if you found this video, thanks for watching, and I hope the message that I want to get across is clear, and I hope that you know the people that do care get to listen to my reason. And again, I really wish this franchise can make a comeback. And it, you know, even if it's not in the direction that I want to, you know, with the whole driving experiencing, at least, you know, if it has a great story and all, a great gameplay, even with the breakthrough drift physics, it's like, you know, even if like it's not up to my standards, at least, you know, we can gain an audience with the franchise because this franchise really means a lot to me. It made my childhood, you know. And yeah, it'll be really sad to see it go. But 46 minutes of just me ranting about this game. I can't believe I'm that passionate about this game. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Now the video is still rolling, you found the raw unedited version that I've posted on my alternate channel, which has most of my raw recordings. And you know, you probably don't see some of the editing magic here, but hopefully, when I actually edit the video, you get to see the editing in full magic or whatever. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching.